Okay, I'm going to do that because there's so many people just taking pot shots and making fun of Fisher this, Fisher that. And fact is, for a while, he was the longest tenured coach in the NFL. And listen to his players right there. They respect him as a man and as a leader. So I thought instead of jumping on the pot shot train, we would look back at his career, at his different tenures, some of the more memorable moments. So come fly with me, everybody. Let's check this out. If you're going to describe Jeff Fisher 20 years from now to your son, you're going to say, well, he got the Titans to a Super Bowl, and he had an awesome mustache. Yes. And I honestly mean that, because this is not now where people have the hipster, ironic mustache. This was an iconic mustache. Back in the 90s, when everyone was either doing clean-shaven or goatees, he rocked that thing. The only people really doing it were him and Dave Wannstedt. Coach Wani had an awesome mustache. And look, there he is there with Jimmy Johnson, of all people. I always respected how he did that. He stayed true to himself, and I thought the fans loved it, too. The mustache will be in one of the first things you ever mentioned about Fisher. Very strong.
Burt Reynolds-esque.
Burt Reynolds-esque, high compliment from Nate Burleson. The second one, of course, the Music City Miracle.
Yes.
An unbelievable play, the 2000 AFC wildcard game. It was known to the Titans. Here we have Frank Wycheck to Kevin Dyson, who was only playing because Derek Mason was injured. That was supposed to be Mason. The Titans knew that as home run throwback. Titans special teams coach Alan Lowry installed that early in the season. This was not a fluke. They practiced it every single Saturday in walkthrough. It turns out, Bills fans, you can disagree with me, it was a lateral. It was not forward. They still will say it's not.
If you see Fisher's son, Brandon, is running down the sidelines.
I remember that, right. And some might say that the Bills have still never recovered from that, but a truly iconic play.
It was.
And next, something much more contemporary that we did a lot on this show, Jeff Fisher's performance on Hard Knocks. And guys, Hard Knocks, the star of the show, truly is the head coach. We've seen Brian Billick do it. We've seen Marvin Lewis, Dave Campo. And other than Rex Ryan, I'm not sure anybody did it better than Jeff Fisher. Let's take a look.
Little things are important. You follow me? I'm not going 7-9 or 8-8 or 9-7, okay? Or 10-6 for that matter. This team's too talented. I'm not going to settle for that, okay? I know what I'm doing. Okay? Just cramped?
Yeah, body cramp.
Yeah, body cramp. What'd you have for lunch?
2 bananas.
2 bananas.
Word on the street is Will Hayes has a Speedo out at the pool.
We tried to get word out to get the whole offensive lineman in Speedos.
Dumb and Dumber, stand up.
Will Hayes absolutely believes and is totally convinced that there are mermaids and they do exist, okay? As a matter of fact, I remember him getting really excited about the potential for moving out here.
Now, let me see your poise. Let me see the respect for each other. We're going to finish this day. Let's go.
See, the quip coming out of that was, well, Jeff, you didn't go 7-9. You were right about that. But I love that he gave that speech, because if you're on that Rams team, you know what Jeff Fisher's all about. You know the jokes about it. That's why you want to hear from him that we're not going 7-9. And he knew he was on television at the time, too. He put himself out there. I'm going to say tired of the 8-8, tired of the 7-9. It was exactly what I wanted to hear from him.
Yeah,
and the other memory I remember from Hard Knocks was that they started the show. Remember, he was out in that glorious log cabin out in the mountains. There's actually a shot of a bald eagle flying over his property. Maybe he's headed there right now. I don't know, but he'd certainly earned it with his performance on Hard Knocks, which was great. Guys, let's get to another relationship he had, which was not so great. His relationship with Vince Young. All right, it was no secret that he did not want to draft Vince Young, the college uber star coming out of Texas. He has said he wanted Jay Cutler, who we got a close-up front look at while Jay Cutler was playing at Vanderbilt in their backyard. Ownership wanted Vince Young. The relationship was tenuous at best, and it all came to a head in the 2010 loss to the Redskins, where Vince Young was benched with a hand injury, wanted to go back to the game. Fisher wouldn't let him. Vince Young ripped off his shoulder pads, threw them into the stands, and then during the post-game talk with the team, walked out of the stadium. Fisher walked out of the locker room. Fisher says, "Don't walk out on your teammates." And in a true Lifetime movie moment, Vince Young turns to him and says, "I'm not walking out on them. I'm walking out on you, Dad." He didn't say Dad, but it's what it sounded like. Teammates chased him out into the parking lot. He never played another snap for the Titans. Some would say he never played another meaningful snap for anybody. Fisher, an unbelievable relationship there, and it turns out he was right about a lot of things. He'll be remembered. Guys, and last of all, maybe Jeff Fisher's finest moment of his career, certainly Twitter's favorite moment, December 8th, 2014. A seemingly benign Rams-Redskins game. It was a great game then. What am I talking about? Strager, it was the game of the week. Strager worked the sidelines, and what you call a troll, which was Jeff Fisher sent out 6 captains
Don't
for
ever
the
do that
coin
again.
toss, and he did it because he wanted to troll the Rams, of course, the Redskins. This was the bounty in the RG3 trade. The Rams had the rights to RG3. They traded him to the Redskins for all of those players who he sent out for the coin toss against the Redskins. And the best part, guys, asked about it after the game. He said, no jab to the Redskins whatsoever. We're not like that. But it was an incredible moment in a career full of them. So Jeff Fisher, great run. It didn't end like it should have, but we respect you as a man, as a coach.
Yeah. I just would quickly say I've done a lot of production meetings with Jeff. I've known him over the years as a competition committee. One of the great personalities of the game. Hilarious, funny, says it like it is. If coaching isn't in his future and he's got a nice career there, he would be excellent at one of these tables. Broadcasting, he'd be one of the best.
And let me piggyback by saying, just like players that put on a jersey, they are part of the elite of the elite. So for all those that want to sit at home and trash Jeff Fisher and his staff, they still are the elite of the elite. There's only 32 NFL teams, and he was a coach for one of those teams in a league that is very competitive.